So today's topic is all about attachment. We have got attachment versus detachment. Now, before we get into everything, when we talk about attachment, there's so much to go into. We've got attachment styles, and I have done so many topics and talks and conversations and public speaking events where I have discussed how our attachment styles that we have in relationships also show up in other areas of our life as well. We have tendencies. There's a reason why we attach to certain things, and it's usually because there's a need for control that's going on. But in this context, we have got attachment versus detachment. Now, when we talk about attachment, I want you to think about what is the initial energy shift that you feel when you are attached. What is it that what is the energy when you're attached? And ask yourself, what's the difference between wanting something compared to needing it? When we are attached to something, we are in this gripped state. We are clenching up like this, right? And it's because I need this thing to happen, or I need this person or specific outcome in order to feel some type of way. So the core mindset of attachment is a sense of necessity, desperation regarding a specific event or result. When it comes to our attachment styles with people and relationships and breakups, we attach ourselves to love as that thing there means that they love me, right? If they buy me presents, that means they love me. If they spend time with me, that means they love me. This attachment style shows up in every single area of our life as well. So the need for this to happen, that is our attachment to something. We need that to happen in order to feel love, in order to feel secure, in order to feel accepted. And this is all down to a specific event or result, right? If my boyfriend or my ex-boyfriend texts me, that means he wants to get back with me. That's me attaching to the idea of him messaging me and it meaning that he wants to be with me because I want him to love me and I really miss him. So what we do when we're in this attached state is we behave differently. We start gripping ourselves onto this outcome. We start forcing things that shouldn't really be happening because we are so desperate to have that thing. All the behaviors that we do when we are attached to an outcome come from a place of fear. The intention behind what we're doing is fear. Because if I don't get that thing, then that means I am not enough. That means I'm not going to be happy. That means I'm not going to feel loved by my boyfriend. And the whole attachment energy, it's chasing. When you're chasing, you're in your masculine. We are not in our feminine energy, ladies, when we are chasing, when we are proving, when we're trying to earn our worth to our man or our ex-boyfriend. That is the least attractive thing that you can do as a woman because we are not receiving. We're not in our state of feminine. So like I said, we are in desperate energy where we're checking for the updates. We're waiting for a specific outcome. When it comes to you waiting for your text from your ex-boyfriend, you are there. You're scrolling on your phone. You're checking to see if he's posted on social media. We're doing so much of this external behavior because that external validation is completely driving us. It's controlling our whole narrative and our whole story and our worthiness, right? This results in suffering and repulsion. When we're in that desperate energy, people can feel it. Your ex can feel it. Your friends can feel it. The world and the energy can feel it. It just puts you in this state of lack mentality. When you are saying you need something, you are saying you do not have it right now. And that means you are operating from a place of lack. You're operating from a place of fear. You are in fight or flight because in your body, in your mind, your nervous system, it associates that once I have that thing, then I will be safe, then I will be happy, then I will be secure. And that desperate energy, people can feel it. If you ever met somebody before where like, oh, I don't know what it is, but that person, like I can't put my finger on it, but that person just, oh, something's weird. Something's not right. It's because they carry desperate energy. You can tell that they're not operating from a place of wholeness and overflow and abundance, right? So attachment keeps an individual stuck in suffering and ultimately repels the very thing that they want to achieve. I'm going to say that again to you guys. Attachment keeps an individual stuck in suffering and ultimately repels the very thing they want to achieve. Because when you're saying you need that in order to be happy, you're operating from a place of lack. And this is manifestation 101, is in order for you to manifest the things that you want in life, you need to start acting as if you're the identity and the person that's already got it. So if you're operating attached and needing and chasing and proving, you were literally going against the law of manifestation immediately. So detachment is the key. The way that you get absolutely everything that you want in your life is by actually not wanting it. That's simple. The way you get everything that you want in your life is actually by not wanting it. And it sounds so backwards, I know, but trust me with this. Detachment, the flowing state. I've got a beautiful friend called Emily. Everything that her whole philosophy is about the portal of receiving and how you need to be able to detach away from outcomes, and you will receive that specific outcome that you actually wanted tenfold and more. I had a blood test that I had to go to a couple of days ago, and I decided to romanticize the journey. And instead of getting the tube, living in London, instead of getting the tube to my blood test, I thought I'm going to get the bus. I didn't think about it at the time because it was a Saturday midday and traffic was crazy. But I thought, you know what, I'll do it on my phone. I could do with the signal, and it's only an extra 15 minutes extra, but I'm just going to do some work and I'll get to my blood test and all will be daisy. Anyway, to cut a long story short, the traffic was so bad. The bus ended up like terminating before my stop. I had to wait for another stop. I knew I was going to be late, but I didn't know how long it would take. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give them a call, let them know that I am still coming. I did that, and the line was closed because it's a Saturday and it's only open Monday to Friday. I thought, you know what, release control, surrender. I can't do anything about it. I'm going to do the aligned actions that I can do and the things that I can control. But I'm going to make peace with the fact that, you know, I might not have my blood test done today. And yeah, it's a little bit annoying. I didn't have my coffee in the morning, which is like my favorite thing. I was tired, I was hungry, but I made peace with the fact that if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I detached away from the outcome. I made peace with the fact that this would never go to plan, or that my day would just be quote unquote ruined. And I turned up to the clinic to get my blood test done. The lady, the receptionist, was really funny about me arriving late, and I just said, oh yeah, no, I get it, I do apologise. And I gave a little bit of context as to how it all happened and what was going on with the bus. Anyway, 2 minutes later, I get called in and I have my blood test done. There's two other ladies there, and I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. I'm like, oh guys, thank you so much for squeezing me in. And I asked them whether they've got any recommendations nearby, and they gave me one that was literally round the corner. And they said, we always go there, we're such good friends with them. And I was like, amazing, I'm going to go there straight afterwards. Do my blood test. As I'm packing my bags up, I'm thinking, oh, I'm so grateful that, number one, that they squeezed me in and I managed to get my blood test done. And even though annoyingly the journey was longer, at least it meant that I did even more work on my phone that I wouldn't have done or managed to do otherwise. So I was immediately being really grateful for this situation. And then as I was getting my bag, the lady that took my blood test gave me a voucher for the coffee shop around the corner that they all go to. There's a free coffee. I go and I get my free coffee, and that is literally art of detachment and how it can appear in your daily life. I detached from me getting a blood test. I detached from the idea of it being in a certain way. And as a result of completely surrendering and trusting the process and just knowing that it will all plan out how it was meant to plan out, not only did I still get my blood test, I also managed to tick off even more like admin tasks on my phone and the coffee that I was like so desperate for. And I actually unattached from myself of even having the coffee at one point. I got that coffee for free. Like the original outcome of me just having a blood test and grabbing a coffee afterwards, I detached. But as a result, I was given it in such a more amazing way. That's the part of detachment, is I want this, but I am also okay without it. I wanted to have my blood test. I wanted to have my coffee, but I made peace with the fact that it might not happen. So it balances the desire with also acceptance, right? It allows for the peace regardless of any financial outcome. The way that you detach is as soon as you recognize and realize that the thing that you're actually working towards and the thing that you want, we all think that that thing's going to give us something. It's going to give us a feeling, whether it's going to make us feel happy or whether it's going to make us feel accomplished or whether it's going to make us feel loved or chosen or whatever it might be. We think that thing is going to give us something. So figuring out what that feeling is behind that thing and learning and recognizing that you can actually give you that feeling now without that thing, that is how you detach. That is how you then realize, I don't need that thing. Again, we don't need it. We're in a state of wanting now. Wanting is I want this, but I'm okay without it, because actually I know how to give myself that love and that validation and that security and safety and without it. That's how you detach. So detachment balances desire with acceptance, and it allows for peace regardless of the final outcome. I made the aligned choices where I could. I called up the clinic, it didn't work. And I controlled what I could control, but there's some things I just couldn't control. And this again, this is the behavior. So I flowed, I allowed, and I trusted the universe. And this state is characterized by settled energy and being fully present in life as it is now. I controlled what I could. I didn't make anything into a stressful situation. I didn't make it mean anything more than it was meant to be. And as a result, I attracted that. I let go of the need of control. And that state of needing something and being in control of something, it immediately attracts desired outcome and frees the individual from suffering, okay? It's about learning to fall in love with the journey. And when you realize that actually that promotion or that relationship or the lottery win that we're all paying for or wishing we were, we don't actually need that to get the feeling and the emotion that we associate it to give us. And you do need a basic level of stability. I'm not saying that a homeless person that doesn't have a roof over their head and food and water should detach away from the need of wanting that. You need to have a certain level of stability in your life to be able to be in an energy where you can flow from overflow and abundance and release control, and knowing that whatever the universe has in store for you, it will all be okay. Detachment isn't about not caring. It's caring about the result, but not gripping onto it. So releasing attachment does not mean that there is a loss of passion or a loss of interest, but it just is a change in how we associate that thing to mean to us, right? Our attachment appears in so many different areas of our life. And how you figure it out is, what is the intention behind it? If you are doing it because you want to, and you know that this is in like your greater mission to help people, but you're not doing the thing because you want to prove to people that you're smart or intelligent or better than them or all this kind of stuff. If you're doing it because you genuinely want to help people, then you're attaching from a place of overflow. Like, this is coming from a place of want. And it's okay to have goals and ambition, and it's okay to want things. But if you're wanting that thing because you feel like then you have a place in society, or because then you are worthy. The way that I vision the art of detachment and outcomes, right, and releasing control when it comes to outcomes is, you've got the sea down here, right? And we have one little river that comes down here. This is the river all the way down here. And this gives us the thing that we think we want, okay? This is our goal that we want to have, right? Just because that's the way that our brain thinks, okay, in order for me to get that thing, I need to do this, and this. But the art of detachment teaches you that actually you might start off up here, you might actually go off course, and you might go up here, and you might go all the way down here, and it might seem like you're going off track, and then you end up back here, right? Or it could be that there's another way down here, or that there's another way down here into the goal. And the whole idea is there's so many different journeys, there's so many different paths for you to get to the thing that you want. I fully wholeheartedly believe that our whole lives is already mapped out for us. So there's no need to control how a certain way goes. The only thing that you can control is, are you doing the aligned action for you to get there? And how you do that is by stepping and embodying the person that has it already, right? It's making peace with the fact that I don't need to know the how. I don't need to know how I'm going to get there, because I trust myself and I trust the universe, and I know that I'll figure it out on my own. But that I know eventually that I'm going to get down there. And you'll realize that initial goal that you have, the universe will give it to you in a way more cool, fun and exciting way. Like this whole adventure that we have here on the right, that's way more fun, that's way more exciting. And then you learn that actually I didn't even need this goal at the end to make me feel that way. I don't even need that. That's just a bonus at this point, because I've learned so much stuff in this journey. I've embodied it, I've learned it, and I've realized that actually the thing that I thought that thing was going to give me, I actually had all of it down here. That's how you get everything that you want in your life, is by actually not wanting it at all and being happy with the peace, with the reality in the life that you've got now. But I'll see you at the next one. Bye.